All right, so this whole video is all about what do I travel with? And it came up from a conversation with a friend of my wife's husband, and I was traveling to Hawaii and brought up, you know, should I take my clubs? He's like, well, what's your handicap? And I'm like, it's an 8. He's just like, you don't need to worry about it. Don't take your own clubs. I took my own clubs. It was an amazing experience. In that video, if it's not out already, it'll be coming out soon. But my wife and I, beautiful, we actually took a quick trip out to Phoenix, and we are at Lookout Mountain at Point Hilton Tapatio Cliffs Resort. And plan on just playing 9 holes, but it looks like we're going to get in whatever we can get in. I didn't bring my clubs, so let's see what it looks like to play with a rented set. They actually gave me 6 golf balls. I don't know if that's going to happen often, but what I brought myself: glove, tees, and I brought 2 sleeves of balls. So I don't have my golf shoes. I don't have my own clubs. I need to actually do a what's in the bag so you can get an idea on what I play with. But let's see what happens. Okay, so this should be interesting. Regular shaft. Not excited about this, so I need to swing slower maybe. And set up with a neutral standard 10.5 degree. I play a 9.5 degree, but I play with a stiff shaft. So let's see what happens. Well, looks like I'm borrowing the other fairway for now, so I gotta go apologize for hitting in front of people. But let's see how the rest of the round goes. All right, so I'm in the other guy's fairway, so I'm sure he appreciates that. But driver definitely need to slow down. I think that's what I'm going to deal with that. But I got 124. Let's see what the pitching wedge does. No idea. That's interesting. It's also interesting playing with clubs that you are not used to. However, let's go see what we got left. Alright, so I don't know how I did this, but I flew the green with my pitching wedge. I was sure that would have been enough because I'm used to playing the TS, the Titleist T100S. Which is 2 degrees stronger, and I pretty much flew the green because it goes further here. See, it's that smart stuff. But the one thing I did find is normally here I would hit my lob wedge, so we're gonna see what it's like to hit the 56 Mac Daddy Callaway. Let's see if also I can avoid hitting the camera. The interesting thing will be this versus my Scotty. My Newport 2 Scotty. Never used one of these guys. Let's see how well I can put this sucker. Can't complain. I'm bogeyed, and I don't actually feel bad about that. Putter, not bad. Let's see how the rest of the round goes. So I do have to give a shout out to the wife. She has been super supportive of this crazy goal of mine. And I feel lucky and privileged. Not bad that she's also hot. Look at her. She's smoking. All right, let's see if I can do better on this one. I don't think I'm gonna hit a driver here. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so I am gonna just play on the fade happening and see if I can pull it off. Just plan on it not going straight. Swing a little slower. Regular flax. Regular flax. Another thing I should point out is I don't have my golf shoes. So is that going to be a big deal or not? Let's see. Alright, slowed down on that one a little bit. Actually drew it a little bit more than I expected, so let's see if I'm kind of getting the hang of this club or not. That wasn't bad. It was a bogey with a lost ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 with a lost ball. I can handle that. Okay, so this is where I wish I had my clubs. It's 193. I'm hitting a 5-iron. What is this? Callaway Rogue. So they didn't have an option, because a lot of times they'll have an option that you can have standard clubs or you can have, oh darn it, Premier or Prestige or whatever. Just a fancy way of saying, hey, give me 20 extra bucks and I'll give you some good clubs. But let's see what we can do. Who knows? This would normally be my 5-iron. But there is no 4-iron, and the hybrid I just don't have any trust in it going far enough. Let's see what I can do. Club forgiveness, right? I guess I hit it probably about 195, maybe 200. So should be off the back. Hopefully I'm not in the bunker. Let's see. So the interesting thing, oh my gosh, I'm way off the back. The interesting thing about not having your own clubs is with your clubs you know everything about what you you know everything about what you think you can do. That's funny. But I just hit that 5-iron 193 to the center, and I'm over by about 20 yards. That's really messing with me. I don't know. But the other beauty is not my club, so I don't care about hitting off this little gravel over here. The problem is I don't know what, I don't have the club to go over, so I'm gonna have to go down, try a gap wedge. Let's just see what I can do. what I did. Man, pulled it off. This is exciting. This is exciting. Oh, it's not exciting. I pulled it off, but man, these greens are fast. Phoenix. You have some serious stem meter going on. That's all right. It's right over here. There's the hole. Went by it. Can't complain again. Let's see if we can actually do something dangerous here. That's fire. Golfers beware. You're responsible. Oh, I love that. Of course we're responsible. We're irresponsible most of the time, but we can be responsible for any houses. So I would have finished this at the course, but technology killed me. In review, the biggest thing that I would have had is my phone died, so I didn't have good yardages. So if anything, I would have brought my my yardage reader. That's the difference. Pretty much at the end of it, I figured out that relatively it's the same club choices. I'm totally revising my opinion on this. Now that I've been back, I've hit my own clubs. It's different. So quick answer is depending upon what you want, right? If you're going to Hawaii like I did, definitely take your own clubs. If you're going on a business trip, how much are you going to golf? If it's just one round, then you kind of have to think about it. And here's the research you can do to figure out what you really want to do. Call ahead, find out if they are offering standard or premium clubs, and that will all depend on who you are as a player, right? All my clubs are premium, and so playing regular clubs, it's a little more difficult because they're built to, when you stripe it, it kills it. And on the par 3, I shot a 5-iron and flew it. I think I flew it 210. Then it ended up going 220. I don't hit my 5-iron that far. So, you know, there are some things you really have to think about. If they do have premium, obviously there's going to be a price. Usually it's around $60. I have played with premium before, and it takes you about half the round to get used to it. So if you're doing something like making a trip to Hawaii, absolutely take your own clubs. Call ahead, find out also if they're going to provide balls, because in this video they actually provided a little bag of balls. I think there were 6 of them with tees, and so I didn't have to bring any sleeves. I mean, I know it's not a ton, but you know, sleeves actually can be weighted down. So really in the end, glove, because you're going to buy one there anyway, I would rather just take one that I know. I play the Titleist Players Club exclusively. So find out what they offer. Shoes, I actually had my tennis shoes on, and if your shoes have traction, it's one thing, but mine actually, it was kind of it's a comfortable running shoe, and it had 0 traction, and I was hitting out some serious rough and slipped. And anytime you're putting a lot of force on your feet and you slip, you can hurt yourself. So that's something else to think about. But overall, call ahead. I think that's the easiest answer. If they have premium clubs, then just rent a set. You know, I fly Southwest all the time, so my clubs fly for free. But there's that risk, right? There's the risk of what happens if they lost my clubs or they broke my clubs. That's not fun to think about. So kind of have to weigh it out. So in review, if you're doing something special like Hawaii, take your clubs. If you're doing a quick 18 while you're on business, probably don't need to take them if they have
premium, but it's all about what you want out of the round. So thanks for joining, thanks for checking in. Click like, subscribe, do the bell notification so you can get future ones, because there's one that I'm working on right now on swing speed. You absolutely have to check it out. Absolutely, it will change everything for you. So as always, keep it findable, guys. We'll talk to you later.